What's up, everyone? Welcome back to After the Storm. This is the Canes game review for game number 17 of the season, a 2-1 overtime loss to the San Jose Sharks. I'll keep this one pretty brief because there honestly wasn't a ton to go over in this game. Very tight checking, very close scoring chances wise and everything in this game. And a very, there wasn't a lot. There really wasn't a lot. So let's go ahead and get into the intro. In introing this game, Ethan Bear ends up testing positive for COVID before the game, so Brendan Smith draws into the lineup for him. The former Carolina Hurricane James Reimer starts in the net for San Jose, and at the other end, Antti Raanta gets another start in the net, his second of this road trip. And of course, the biggest news of the day, Seth Jarvis is here to stay. He has passed his 9-game trial, and the Carolina Hurricanes have said they are keeping him for the entire season. Other than that, no lineup changes. Steven Lawrence still remains as the lone scratch. Looks like he'll come back in probably either Wednesday against Seattle or later on, maybe even on the weekend against the Washington Capitals. First period was really about goaltenders. Raanta, Reimer, both very, very good. We had some physical play. Nino Niederreiter with a big reverse hit on Alexander Barabanov. Just crushed him. He ended up getting pulled into concussion protocol into this game, but he would obviously return and he'd end up all right. I thought the Canes were a little bit better, but we're tied 0-0. Goaltenders were both solid in this one as we head to the second period. Early on in the second period, a first shot from Tony DeAngelo gets blocked through, pings around off another pass, finds its way back to Tony at the point. He lets a nice slap, quick little slap shot go. Maybe hits a player in front that was attempting to block it in front of James Reimer, but nonetheless, over his blocker, under the crossbar perfectly. What a snipe from Tony DeAngelo. His fourth of the year already, and the Canes lead 1-0. San Jose would take over the game here for a little bit. Again, a very low event game here. But, Balcers, Carlson, with a ton of chances. I think Meyer and Couture had a handful as well in this game, but Antti Raanta was fantastic here in this middle portion of the second period to keep the Canes leading 1-0. First power play of the game will go to Carolina on a very weak call, but a little bit of a stick in the hands from Vlasic to Jarvis. Jarvis draws it. Carolina heads to the power play, but nothing really happens. San Jose with an excellent kill. They are 5th ranked in the NHL in this category, and they really showed it in this game. Raanta a couple more stops, one off Couture to end the period, so we head to the third period, with the Canes leading 1-0. Early on in the third period, Kevin Labanc from his favorite spot kind of does a nice little toe drag, rips a shot underneath the blocker, above the pad of Raanta. I don't really know if you're Raanta if you can do anything else on this play. Just a fantastic shot from Labanc. That's a snipe. He scores from one of the best spots he can shoot from for himself. He's had that iconic goal against Vegas in the playoffs for a few years back. And this was just a beautiful, beautiful shot. His third of the season ties the game up at 1-1. Carolina would head back to the power play after San Jose takes a bench minor for too many men. The only really good chance, I should say, for Carolina on this power play, Trocheck tried to finish off a nice passing play. Looks like he was a little bit too low in the zone to get this shot above, or a nice angle on it to get it past Reimer. Reimer also may have got a piece of it on this play. But San Jose would kill off this penalty again, a very excellent penalty kill for this team. And Labanc, the goal scorer in this period, heads into the corner with Jacob Slavin, who absolutely crushes him. What a hit from Jacob Slavin, purely clean. I don't know if we've seen Slavin ever throw a dirty hit by any stretch. But this is a nice one. He rocks Kevin Labanc. Raanta with some big saves late in the third period against Rudolph Balcers and Logan Couture. Pesce would end up tripping Logan Couture, maybe saving a goal, but sending San Jose to the power play. As regulation would expire, we head to the overtime session for only the second time this year, the other one being against Tampa Bay. With down shorthanded, tied 1-1, Both teams looking for that second point. And into the overtime period, Slavin a big block on the penalty kill. Ronta with a big stop on Alexander Barabanov, who's the player I'm going to highlight for the Sharks in this one. Carolina would kill the penalty off, but immediately after the penalty expires, Barabanov on the doorstep, second or third chance at it. He has a wide open net. He buries it. His 5th of the season already. A fantastic player who we'll get to in a little bit here. That gives the Sharks the game-winning goal. 2-1 win in overtime for the Sharks. So Canes' record goes to 14-2-1. They get a pivotal point in this one. And of course, you know, you're not going to win every single game on a road trip like this. A very substantial road trip, a very long one as well. And what it really is this was a tight checking game that could have went either way, of course. Not one you're looking at for Carolina and you're looking at it like they gave it away. Really just a solid game that could have went either way in this one. Very good to get a point out of it. So let's get into some player analysis. We'll start off with the good. Antti Raanta in this one, man, he was solid. Just what a perfect backup goaltender for this team. He's come in and been very solid. Great at tracking the puck, making big saves, big timely saves for this team. Seth Jarvis, I don't know how much more we can say about this kid. He just gets better every time he steps on the ice. Very high hockey IQ, makes great plays, and I think I talked about this on Twitter. The domino effect of him being on this line as a right-handed shot has just made Aho so much better, and it's given Brendan Moore the ability to just, you know, grab Svetch, throw him down to the third line, or bring him back up, depending on how Teravainen's playing. A lot more roster flexibility. Speaking of Teravainen, he's the only guy I thought had like an average game in this one. Fought the puck a little bit, some turnovers in the offensive zone, forcing some low chance, I guess, plays in this one. Not his best game by any stretch, but obviously not his worst. So again, and moving on, I have nobody in the bad column for this team. I thought everybody played very well. Nobody had a noticeably bad game in this one. So yeah, a solid game all around. Could have went either way. And the Sharks player I want to highlight, Alexander Barabanov, a KHL import to the Toronto Maple Leafs a season ago. Couldn't really fit into the lineup there. Wasn't in their future plans. Got shipped out for Antti Suomala. Barabanov came over and put up, I believe it was 7 points in 9 games last season with the Sharks, and earned himself an extension of a contract for $1 million this season. He's already got 5 goals on the season this year. Fantastic start for him. For a team ravaged by COVID, they've been playing very, very well. I thought he drove a lot of the offense in this game. A very, very solid game from Alexander Barabanov in this one, and he caught my eye early, and he didn't lose it all game. He was a very, very good player for the Sharks in this one. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well. That helps me out considerably. And while you're down there, hit that notification bell so you can get these videos as soon as they upload. And as always, guys, I will catch you on the next one.